about the Chucky TV series. Don Mancini has ruined and bastardized that franchise. I love the first three Child's Play films. Um, that movie came out in 1988. I was born in 1987. Literally, since I was like 2 years old, I've been a fan of Chucky. And once they quit calling it Child's Play, to me, that series died. In 1998, I was about 10 years old and I went to go see Bride of Chucky. And folks, that was bad. People say, oh, the comedy. Guys, I wish that's all they added was bad comedy. They made it stupid as hell. I mean, I don't even know what to say about how much Don Mancini fucked this franchise after part 3. If you are a screenwriter, if you work in the movie industry, you know it is a collaboration. And Don Mancini has really fucked over this franchise. Because say what you want, guys and girls. Say what you want about the political messaging in the Chucky TV series, the forced bad comedy, the anti-religious nonsense. Chucky, what helped kill it was, number one, the comedy did not work. Number two, Tiffany and Glenn and Glenda and all the bullshit relatives of Chucky need to go away. They said that here in a year or two, Chucky's coming back to the theaters. If that's true, make Don Mancini give it to somebody else. Because that dude has failed. Ever since the original Child's Play, it's been David Kirshner, who's the producer, and Tom Holland saving it from his piss poor ideas. If you want to know the differences in what Don Mancini did in the original and what Tom did in the first one, all you got to know, Tom's idea was to give Chucky the voodoo. Don Mancini wanted to go to the Pinocchio's revenge route and make Chucky Andy's it. Andy would have been the killer. The dolls would have had blood in them. And you sell the Band-Aids because, again, you tear it open and you get to heal it with these Band-Aids that you sell individually. And Andy would have made a blood pack. Hello, Harry. And within this blood pack, Andy would have done the blood pack, the blood ritual with Chucky, and that would have, quote unquote, brought Chucky to life. Even though, like I said earlier, Chucky wouldn't have been alive in the Don Mancini version. It would have just been Andy doing the killing. And yeah, I gave him a little bit, but nothing to write home about, as they say. But with that being said, I can't stress enough a little bit of Dead by Daylight and into a lot like older games more than like more modern ones. So stuff probably from like the early 2000s and early to later 90s. But anyway, moving on from the first one, when I looked at the Chucky series, again, I will give credit where credit's due. There were some good ideas, but I'm sorry. Tiffany, Glenn, and Glenda, they just need to go. They've never done it for me. And I just don't think. Hello, Douglas, or excuse me, Do You Eat Glazer? But my brothers played it, but I've never actually gotten to play it myself. From what I've seen, the first one looks better in my opinion, but yeah. Anyway, with that being said, the Chucky TV series starts off with a kid named Jake who will be the protagonist for us. And again, I empathized with the kid just because, losing your mom is some real stuff. And I don't give a flying rip what your political beliefs are. I don't care what you think. That's real, and that's horrible and heartbreaking. I don't wish that on anybody. With that being said, he's an artist, he's sensitive, and he feels like a duck out of water because his dad and cousin hate him because of his sexuality. And, that's got to be hard. And even if you don't want to get political about it, just imagine being you, but your dad hating you and resenting you for it. Now, one thing that I thought was weird about the Chucky TV series, I don't know why they didn't kill off Lexi, because she was like super rude to Jake. Like to the point where I'm like, it kind of became a calling card in Child's Play. Like, you think of Kyle, she was the kind of girl that in a lot of other horror movies probably would have been killed off. But she got to make it up to Andy and become more of a friend as opposed to an antagonist character like she started out, just like Lexi. But pretending that you're his dead father and wearing the costume and even acting like you're being electrocuted, I don't give a flying rip what anybody says. I don't see anybody forgiving somebody like that. Even if you're the cousin's girlfriend, I think you'd be like, okay, Lexi, you can go away. Good points of the series. I didn't like the origin story of Chucky because Child's Play 2, you find out how Chucky became Chucky, and when he was a kid, he killed his own mom. She was a midget and abusive. The dad was a deadbeat off. And so that origin story, I believe more than Chucky like killing his mom, because she was a midget in the book. Her dad ran off, and she was mad and abused Chucky, and everyone made fun of her because she was a drunk and a midget. And so one night, Chucky, and he really got off on it, but he strangled his mother to death. And so to me, that, in my opinion, will always be the origin of Chucky more than what they tried to offer in the series. I don't know. Once you have an origin story in mind, it's hard to go back. Again, the Chucky TV series, there were ideas in it, like ideas that could have worked, like Andy and Kyle teaming up. That was fine. I was cool with that. But I just really wasn't. Again, if you get rid of Tiffany and all her family and just make it go back to Chucky, and not do silly stuff like Buff Chucky, Old Man Chucky, Army of Chuckies, all this stupid crap. One on one, simple, Chucky traumatizing Andy. That's all you need. It did a lot of convoluted, silly stuff that was just like, what even is this show, Any of you guys and girls that just watched this, thank you. That was very nice. Have yourselves a lovely day.